Hey, this is Doug with Artfully Rogue. So I ship items all over the United States, and so it will be helpful here in the shop if I had some clocks that told me the different time zones. So I decided that this week's project was going to be 4 time zone clocks. Kind of ties into the big industrial clock that I did in the last video that is now hanging on the wall and is Arizona time. And since we don't play the game of daylight savings time, that clock never changes. So we're going to make 4 new clocks in this video.
I'm using a 4-foot by 1-foot piece of 18 gauge sheet metal, which I divided into 1-foot squares, then drew a line from corner to corner to find the center. I'm also drawing a 1-inch border around that full piece. From the center, I'm making a circle 1.5 inches from the border and repeating that step in each one of the squares. I'm shading out the areas that will be removed later. It's easier to draw the horizontal line if you line up the centers from 2 circles. Then, using the framing square to draw the vertical line in each circle. Setting the compass to half of the circle's diameter will allow you to divide the circle into 12 equal parts. Set one point of the compass on the horizontal line on the outside of the circle and make 2 marks on the opposite side of that horizontal line. Repeat this on the vertical line as well. Now, simply connect the dots by drawing a line between corresponding marks. When you finish, you'll have a circle with 12 equal parts. Next, mark the center of each line in the circle. This is where your numbers are going to go. I'm making a template that will be used to assist me while using the plasma cutting machine to keep the clocks somewhat the same. And drilling a hole in the center of each clock allows me to set up my template in the center of each clock, which makes it much easier to cut out the pieces I want gone. Next, I modified my template to remove the center portions of the clock. I am not real concerned with the neatness of this project. I want it to look a bit rough, so doing a little bit of hand cutting is okay. I'm using a 1-inch angle to make the border for the clock. So now I'm just getting everything welded together. I'm going to go ahead and get all the holes drilled where the numbers should be. But before I add the numbers, I'm going to get everything taped off so I can treat the sheet metal the way I would like to. Here, I am just using straight up vinegar. No salt, no additives, nothing extra, just straight up vinegar. I find that it works best on raw sheet metal. Basically, I just let it sit there. And sit there, and sit there, and as you can see, it gets a bit darker. For most of the numbers, I'm just using plain old rivets. Now on the outside border, I'm going to drill some holes. And then I actually have some 1/4-inch steel rivets that I'm going to be putting through the border, just to give it a little texture. Now these are typically hot rivets that would be pounded in, but I'm just tack welding them on the back. Now, I totally went back and forth on what I wanted for the key numbers, but finally chose a stick-on type because I really liked the contrast that it provided between the rusty patina. And I'd like to say thanks to Fun Kiss Creations for sending this little razor knife to me. As you can see, it's coming in pretty handy. Now I'm just using a regular store-bought clock mechanism. And then I'm spraying on a clear semi-gloss coat.
Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. It's greatly appreciated. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do so now. And if you are subscribed and you want to get notified of when my videos come out, then push the bell icon. You'll get notifications. As far as comments go, please make them. I enjoy interacting with you, the viewer, and I try to answer every single one of my comments. So, we'll see you in the next video.